Hi everyone, happy Friday. It's Christina Lisa Brown again. I ain't going nowhere. And I'm really excited for you to be here on my show called In One Piece, People in Politics. And I also wanted to thank you for the people who have been joining the show and watching the show. I truly do appreciate the support, and it definitely is a great thing knowing that you guys are watching. I want to say thank you to my producers at Event Streams and to the team over there. I really appreciate them as well. I am in the Inland Empire. We are having a toy drive. If you can donate an unwrapped gift, and I know I say baby, but I mean anybody under 18, obviously, somebody's baby. Okay, because my baby is not a little cradling baby, obviously, and not for me, but I mean like all of our babies. So 0 to 17, an unwrapped something that you would give to somebody's baby, okay, is what I'm saying. And now, in the Inland Empire, please, I want to say that today we are going to be talking, like and share the stream right now, subscribe to it, so then you know when we go on. We need donations, we need sponsors. Again, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, LA County, it's all possible. And yes, like, share, donate, sponsor. Today I'm going to be going back to what we covered last week for a particular reason. And we're going to be doing media part 2 because I want everybody to know that there's different types of media. Now that we kind of understand what corporate media is, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, and where they come from, who owns them, AT&T, Comcast, the Murdoch family, which is a major Republican family, and also about TYT, which is a progressive independent media, which is a membership-based, which means the members pay the network, which is great. Lord. Okay, but before I go into our lesson plan today, I want to cover something, and I'm sorry for people who know better, but I just want to cover some basic information, okay? Because the idea of this show is for us to learn and grow and get better as an individual so that we can get better as a community, okay? I'm talking about like man in the mirror, what Michael Jackson said, okay? So I went to lifehack.org. Yes, I did, because it really is simple on how to be a better person, ? Because I think some of you guys are asking that. They give 10 reasons, but I'm not going to, or not 10 reasons, 10 ways to be a better person, but I'm only going to list a few, okay? 1, be willing to change, okay? Change is painful. That's called growing pains, okay? If you want to grow, you got to be willing to do something that you don't want to do and maybe start a new habit you want to start, or talk to people you don't want to talk to, or go to places you don't want to go, but you got to be willing to like break your normal routine, break your normal thought process, thinking process, okay? You have to be willing to change. That's number 1 on there. Number 4 on there, be a role model, okay? Our babies are watching us. And when I say babies, I mean like my teenage daughter, she's watching me when I'm in these debates and when I'm studying and researching my work. She's watching us in how we interact with each other, how we respect each other, how we listen to each other, how we treat each other. And I think you guys really need to understand that being a better person, it means always being aware of the people around you, even your equals. And for me, I have been helping other people older than me since I was a child. So even then, I was helping people to be better people, just being a role model. So number 4 on how to be a better person on lifehack.org is be a role model. Be aware that you are a role model. Number 6, listen to people. How do you become a better person? You listen to people. It is the most ignorant type of thinking to ever think that you got all the answers. The wisest man, the man who knows everything, knows that he knows nothing. Okay? So everybody gets to humble themselves. And maybe you don't got all the answers. And it's really disappointing when our own biases and our own ignorances and culture wars. Remember culture wars? Things that make us different, but the things that make us wonderful. And also the things that really don't matter when it comes to bread and butter issues. Do you remember bread and butter issues? Making money for our families, having healthcare, having childcare, having education, having a healthy planet, having a future for our children, being able to compete with the world in technology and evolution. Okay? So those are the things that matter. And there's something that we need to understand and respect about people who come with a different perspective and people who don't look like us or talk like us or think like us, and we disagree with everything that they are. Okay? Now, back in the day, before there was all this technology, okay, every society, every community, every culture had someone called an explorer. Okay? That person will go out in the world, go on boats, oceans, learn the land, go places that nobody's ever gone before, and they will come back and they would tell their community the things that they learned. They would bring back goods. Okay? They would communicate with their community about other cultures, other worlds, how they are surviving, how they are thriving. And they bring back good information to their community that came from people who were not of their community. Okay? There is value in knowledge and listening to somebody else who is not like you, even if you don't agree. It's very ignorant to think that all of us in our own little bubble are going to have all the answers. Because if we had all the answers, we wouldn't be having all these problems, would we? So being a role model, we should be respecting each other and be willing to listen to each other. But just being smart, you should be open-minded enough to at least listen to what other people have to say and not be like stupid things, married, single, light skin, dark skin, minimum wage, people with degrees. Do you know what I'm saying? Really within our own community, we're going to find stupid shit to divide about. So we never talk about bread and butter issues, like making more money. And that's why I'm always talking about increasing the wage. It's because Republican, Democrat, male, woman, no matter where you are on the economic status, right? We all should be able to just agree to, hey, let's just go out and make more money. But no. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very dumb. We won't have evolution as a community if we're not listening to people who are not like us. Okay? So, next one. Or not like you. Yeah. Because I know better. Okay? There's so many different shades of chocolate in our community. Okay? I respect men's voices and opinions in our community just as much as I respect women's. I listen to married women in our community just as much as I listen to single women in our community. I listen to the children of all ages just as much as I listen to my elders and my peers of all ages. Okay, we should not discriminate amongst each other, especially because what if that person got the gem? What if that person got the $1 million ticket, whether they're in our community or not? Okay, you can be so ignorant you don't get the ticket, you don't get the gem? Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid as hell. And you ain't never going to learn or grow or help your community if you not just respect information. Just respect information no matter who it comes from. Okay? And that's why I just had to insert this into my little political show. Is because there's no point in us talking politics or learning anything if you're not willing to just listen. And if it's fact, it's fact. So just leave that alone. Okay? Oh, and number 10, the last thing on the list is take good care of yourself. Okay? Take good care of yourself with all this information. That's the point. Pick up what's good for you. Don't pick up what's not good for you. Okay? Talk about what you want people in your life to know about. Don't talk about what doesn't matter to your community. Okay? The whole point, like I said, of these explorers is to bring back. What they bring back? They brought back coffee, tea, drugs, opium. You know what I mean? Like all kinds of things that different cultures over the history of the earth, we've all been learning from each other. Okay? And we've all been taking that information back to our homes, back to our communities. Okay? Don't shoot the messenger, dummy. Damn dummy. Damn. Do what we've been all doing, everybody's societies have been doing for hundreds of years. Okay? Like, Lord, get good information. Okay. So that's all I gotta say. Okay? We all should be looking at how to be a better person. You can go to lifehack.org. They'll give you 10 great tips. Okay? 10 great tips. Now, going back to the isms. Okay? The first one, socialism. There's 15. Well, there's so many countries in the world or whatever, but I'm talking about these 15 countries that have succeeded, 15 socialist countries that have succeeded by Habib-ur-Rahman. And this is from finance.yahoo.com. Okay? Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Norway, Iceland, China, Netherlands, Ireland, Belgium, Spain, Portugal, Slovenia, Croatia, Armenia, and number 15, Moldova. Okay? And this is based off of their own survey. This is based off of a survey based off of like the happiness spectrum. And there's a lot of different elements into like why this is the top 15. But because the U.S. is a mixed bag. U.S. is capitalist and socialist, so I was trying to figure really out like where are we, but then we're either or, just depending on what the year is, like a little more, a little less on their spectrum. So we didn't make it this year or in 2021. Okay, so democratic socialism is where Norway and Sweden, Sweden was number one on the happiest indexes. Norway is number 4 socialist countries, okay? Number 4 on the happiness index. So there is a little something in socialism that we need to be looking at. Those 2 countries, Sweden and Norway, they're the happiest in the world. Like, we need to know what they're doing so we can bring that information home. And they are socialist countries, democratic socialist countries. Okay? Now, China, I put a star next to it because China is, in some ways, I was reading a communist country, but there's a lot of socialist policies that China has. And so that's why China was number 6. And it said that through these social policies, China has lifted 800 million of its people out of poverty, according to the World Bank. China has an innovation score of 53.5, which makes them a little bit above average, a little bit above half. And it has a social progress score of 66.12. Okay? So, it's kind of decent scores. They're not below 50%. And bringing 800 million people out of its poverty is an amazing feat. And they did it with social policies. Okay? Now, lumenlearning.com has an article that says what is good about socialistic countries. In theory, based on public benefits, socialism has the greatest goal of common wealth. Since the government controls almost all of society's functions, it can make better use of resources, labors, and lands. Socialism reduces disparity in wealth, that wealth gap that we are always having a problem with. Yes, not only in different areas, but also in all societal ranks and classes. Okay, so it's everybody. Okay, it decreases the wealth gap for everybody. And yeah, the government controls all of the simple functions. Remember talking about gas, utilities, those type of things, the internet for everybody, things like that. Okay. So Russia is a mixed bag. Okay, it's considered state capitalist or a mixed market. It depends on who you're talking to. So that's why it didn't get put on the list as well. And Japan. Japan is a mixed bag. It's they call themselves collective capitalist because their workers are compensated in different ways, like healthcare, and that's what makes it like a mixed bag. Okay, their employees don't get a check like we get a check, like the same way. Okay, communist countries: China, Cuba, Laos, and North Korea. But North Korea doesn't really like admit it. They call themselves a dictatorship of people's democracy, right? But if you have a dictator in communist policies, then maybe you are a communist country. So I guess, they don't say they're communist, but they do look communist, okay? Now, what are the disadvantages of communism at study.com? Lack of economic freedom is the most serious disadvantage of communism. This leads to a severe shortage in the number of consumer products available, whether they are pharmaceuticals, automobiles, or anything in between. Although Marx, who was one of the creators of the philosophy of communism, Marx never mentioned limits to freedom of speech or freedom of movement. Almost all communist governments have been totalitarian regimes that refuse to allow its people to leave their countries or even move freely within them. Most communist countries forbade freedom of speech and harshly punished any dissenters. Okay, so if you didn't agree with them, it was like off with your head. Okay, and Trump was just saying that actually when he announced that he was running for presidency. He said that he wants to go after people who are selling drugs, and he wants to copy some other countries where if you're like caught stealing drugs in a 24-hour quick trial, they kill you. Okay. That's what happens. Yeah. So who? The person who arrested you. The person who arrested you and said that they found drugs on you, they can just kill you within a day? Wow. And they applauded that idea. Okay. Capitalism. Okay? Capitalism, if you go to the World Population Review, it bases its scores, as well, the World Population Review, it bases scores off the Heritage Org's Economic Freedom of the World Index. So if you go back to the Socialist at finance.yahoo, they use that index as well. So I want you to make sure you know. Okay, capitalist countries in 2022. Singapore, New Zealand, Australia, Switzerland, Ireland, Taiwan, the United Kingdom, Estonia, Canada, and Denmark. Okay? Capitalism. What are the most important aspects of capitalism at investopedia.com? Capitalism undoubtedly is a major driver of innovation, wealth, and prosperity in the modern era. Competition and capital accumulation incentivize businesses to maximize efficiencies, which allow investors to capitalize on that growth and consumers to enjoy lower prices on a wider range. Okay? So capitalism is supposed to make everybody happy. Everybody makes money, the businesses make money, the consumers save money, and that's the beautiful idea of capitalism. And these 10 countries, they're working successfully in that. Now, fascism. Fascism doesn't really, fascism was a movement from 1919 to 1945. After Hitler, fascism in the U.S. as well was more like underground, and that's you can see in history, especially in movies like art and film, where they always wanted to know about if the person making the film was a fascist or if it had a fascist agenda to the film. So, and that was during 1919, 1945, and a little bit after, okay, because they were still looking for the fascists. You know what I mean? So, here we go. The two most prominent countries that we remember of fascism is Germany, 1933 to 1945. That's with Hitler and the Nazis, okay? And in Italy, Mussolini was Europe's first fascist, considering if you look in Britannica.com, okay? Many modern-day political parties and governments avoid the fascist label, but still incorporate fascist ideas into their platforms and strategies. Rhetoric that recalls a time when a country was a great empire but was brought down by certain people enjoying undeserved benefits, or that rejects social programs on the basis that not all citizens deserve them, or that endorses the suppression of certain people's individual rights or civil liberties, violently if necessary, taking away people's rights, is often rooted in fascist philosophies. Okay, so like they said, there's a lot of parties, especially in the US, the Republican Party in particular, that has no problem resulting to fascism. They attempted to do that with January 6th. And you can watch all the January 6th hearings with side commentary. They still have it up at tyt.com on YouTube, or TYT on YouTube. I was just checking that out because it is super interesting how the whole thing happened. So, and how they were trying to get Trump to be dictator over our country. We were this close. We were this close. It's amazing that we don't talk about that. Okay. And you know what? That's a great way to get to the next one. Why is it that we aren't really like talking about that? Or why is it that there's so many things that we should be seeing on the news and that we don't see on the news, right? That's because, and we all know this, we pick, for political players, we pick our referee, right? We know that the blue team, Team Democrat, with their donkey jackass self, right? They lose all the time, get paid to lose, is too obvious, okay? Do insulting things to act like they respect our culture or respect communities, minority communities. They do sometimes really insulting things or say insulting things to our intelligence, right? The Democrats, then it's the Republicans, just outright vicious animals. They don't care if you got teeth. Yeah, imagine don't care if his people got teeth, poor people. They don't care what happens to the earth. They don't care about people dying in the people dying with the opioids. They didn't really care until it started happening to their babies, right? And then they still didn't really care because they can afford to put their babies in rehab. So yes, they don't pay for your prescription. If anything, they go against it. Everything. Republicans go against every single thing that could possibly be good for you. And they did it again today. And we're going to talk about that right now, actually, when I get to his show. So the important thing is that with these two teams and the owners in the shopbacks, we're supposed to be having these referees. Remember, referees is the mainstream media, corporate media, and now I'm going to talk to you a lot about independent media. Okay, they are the referees on this field. They are supposed to call out the fouls, the balls, the strikes, the penalties, the liars, the cheats, the thieves, the scam artists, the feckless people like the Democrats who ain't got no spine, or somebody who's just nasty, really nasty, they're supposed to tell you that. The news. So, Pick your referee. Who do you want telling you the balls, the strikes, the fouls? Because if somebody done grease the referee's pockets, the game is rigged, right? So, but it's important to get a perspective of all the news to find out what everybody's talking about and the lies that they're telling people, so you can help your community as well. And I wanted to bring out some shows that I watch. Yes, shows that I watch because I watch quite a few. And the first one, okay, is ABC News on Channel 7 here in LA County. I watch on Sunday mornings. Okay, I think at 8 o'clock from 8 to 9, and that's 8 to 9. This week with George Stephanopoulos. Okay, I've been watching that show since I was a kid with my mom. Okay, maybe not that specific show, but I've been watching the news, Channel 7 News with my mom for a long, long, long time. And so that's kind of like what stuck with me. And the reason why that show has stuck with me is because they go over the week's issues and updates, and they have a conversation with political and Democrat perspectives. Sometimes they have a real progressive in there, like Senator Nina Turner. You need to check that on YouTube when she chewed him out on TV and gave him the real, okay, and let that man know about the real facts in our community. So sometimes they will, squeeze a little progressive in, but then sometimes they'll have a progressive, someone that's supposed to be a progressive, but all they do is just bow down to the Republicans, really, or the Democrats who are bowing out to the Republicans, basically. So, yes, watch Channel 7, ABC News, this week with George Stephanopoulos on Sundays. You get a little balance of everything and get a good view on things. Number 2, Rachel Maddow show, MSNBC. The reason why I like her show, and I do try to catch her show or certain pieces of her show, is because she will give historical facts about things that had happened, like Abraham Lincoln even, and then like bring it back up about how it relates to things that are going on right now. And so I like that. If you're into history and you want to tie your history into politics, Rachel Maddow does bring up like a lot of historical things and ties it up. So I like that. News Nation, number 3, with Andrew Cuomo. Okay, I like him because, for one, the network that he came from, he still tried to be fair, I believe, and still try to kind of appeared to be an honest actor. Yeah, he appeared to be an honest actor, and he is alpha male. So I do like that aggression when it comes to debates, and you want somebody who can state the facts and stand strong. And yes, I do like that. So if you like alpha male Democrats and that, I don't know. Yes, and I feel like he was an honest actor. I do. When his brother got into the situation in New York, Andrew was honest, like, yeah, I helped my brother out. I gave my brother advice. What was I supposed to do? Like, not give my brother advice? Like, that's my brother. So, I respect that. Okay. Ben Shapiro is number 5, and he has a show called The Daily Wire. Or no, yeah, he has the Ben Shapiro show, but his network is The Daily Wire. He's independent media as well. And Ben Shapiro is he is a respected man on his show. He speaks very quickly to make himself sound smart, but really it's kind of condescending because it's not really making good points. It's just talking fast to sound smart. And moving on. Oh, and he really does give into like white nationalistic ideals, even like Christian ideals, which sometimes doesn't make sense because he's Jewish. So I'm like, why are you like letting, I don't know. I don't get it. Number 7. Oh, yes, number 4. Thank you. Tucker Carlson show, number 4. Maybe there's subconsciously I missed him because he's a white nationalist. Tucker Carlson on Fox News is a racist who pushes white national ideals, white national agendas. That's why he's always talking about the replacement theory. He's always talking about CTR, which, remember, I told you it's not taught in K through 12 schools. He is smart enough to dumb his audience down, as well as it's so disrespectful. He really does treat his audience, like they're stupid. And it's so sad because they believe it. So, like, what does that mean? It kind of means they're stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad. And Tucker Carlson is actually kind of dangerous because he is a racist and he finds ways to excuse white nationalists all over the place. So I don't want to talk about him anymore. Number 7, Majority Report. Okay, Majority Report has Sam Cedar. It's his show. He brought in Emma Vigeland. Okay, I love Emma. She was on TYT Network. And Emma Vigeland just came out with her own show talking about sports because she's really good at like football and statistics. She's really into sports. And so that's super dope. I think that's super dope. So Emma Vigeland is on Majority Report with Sam Cedar. He's very smart and chill, and I like his commentary. And she has her own show on sports. Number 8, The Bitchuation Room with Francesca Fiorentini. I want to say congratulations, Francesca, on your beautiful baby. And I love your show. Obviously, a lot of people love your show, giving great commentary. She's also a comedian, so she's very smart and funny. She has a lot of great experience, world experience. And she just had a baby, and her show just went to Twitchuation Room. Twitchuation Room. So you can catch The Bitchuation Room and The Twitchuation Room. And give her a couple weeks more or months, however long you want, Mama. Congratulations on your baby. I know you're so happy. I'm very happy for you. Okay, number 9. I'm so excited and proud of J.R. Jackson for busting out with the watch list. I'm like, hello. Even his set is dope. Even the music is dope. And I'm like, I love JR's show. I've been waiting for years because JR is a producer, executive producer, I should probably say, for TYT. So, like, Jake and Anna be talking, and then JR has something to say. So many times I've been like, I wonder what JR thinks about this. I wonder what JR thinks about this. So I'm so excited. Okay, it's 9 a.m., Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The watch list, super good. And sometimes it's harsh. Okay? And, yeah, he played this lady, these teachers who are abusing their children, and I couldn't even watch. It was just terrible. It's terrible. Okay, with a mask in the classroom. I told you, JR, I couldn't watch that. Next. And that's why I'm like, hold on. I gotta grab the girls. Number 10, The Damage Report. And that's why I'm wearing my Purple Dragon t-shirt. I was so happy you came out with the Purple Dragon t-shirt because I've been watching The Damage Report forever. Okay? I love John Iadarola, okay? He is a great, amazing person because he really does advocate for other people that are not like him in the most realist, genuine, sincere way. And that's just amazing. Like, yes, I love John. They call him Johnny Pie. Yes, and Johnny Pie, when are you going to have a little pie baby? I can't wait, okay? So, yes, Damage Report. I am the Purple Flower Dragon, and I know I've been quiet, but, you know, I've never heard a flower make a noise before. So, you know, they're just there. So, I love The Damage Report. They're on at 10, okay, after JR show, The Watch List. After The Damage Report is another great show, Indisputable, okay, with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. He is great. He is a hard hitter. He does not back down. They do not back down. Okay. And his show Indisputable was like number 1 of like for the nation for up and coming shows because it's really a great show. Every segment is wonderful. He has a segment called I Wish a Karen Would. Okay. And yes, it's comical, but it's also very serious. And it talks about that specific issue in our community. I personally believe that Karen should be arrested and maybe they would stop being a Karen rather quickly. So, yeah, I wish a Karen would too. And he has a t-shirt that says I wish a Karen would. It's so cute. So, the best thing about Indisputable is that I literally binge watch his bullpen segments, okay, where he debates people who obviously from the opposite side of the spectrum, Republicans or people who don't agree, and he hashes it out with them, and he be whooping. He be putting that whooping on them. Some debates are so good, you gotta watch them twice. Yes. Yes. If you want to like just binge watch good TV, put on the bullpen for Indisputable. Okay, with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. It's just good, great TV. Okay, good debate, so good. Oh, okay, and that's when I go to lunch. Okay, go take a lunch break. Then here comes Senator Nina Turner with her new show. It just came out in October, called Unbossed, because she is unbossed. Okay, she is unbought. That's definitely a part of her slogan. Corporations do not, cannot, will not buy her out. She is truly a woman of the people. I truly believe that she has the potential and capabilities to be our next president or our president in the future. And I love Senator Nina Turner. Okay, she is a woman of the people. She is not afraid to speak her mind. Okay, and something about Senator Nina Turner I love about her is she really does make it okay to be an angry Black woman. Okay, it's okay to be an angry Black woman. If you're angry, you need to be angry. Okay, and I love that about her. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to go back because I missed someone else. Bridget Todd, where she has a great podcast show called There Are No Girls on the Internet. Okay? She is great representation of girls and women all over. She has such a wonderful personality, such a beautiful smile, and such a great optimistic attitude that I absolutely love her. I love listening to things she has to say. Yeah, Bridget Todd, you need to go check her out. There are no girls on the internet. There are no girls on the internet, okay? She's a wonderful person and fun to be around. Go take a minute, check her out. Okay. Last but not least is the Young Turks, of course. Okay? They have the main show. TYT's main show is called The Young Turks from 3 to 5, Monday through Friday. Okay, it's a powerhouse. And on Fridays, they have a power panel, literally. You know what I'm saying? So, Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian are the two main hosts. They are the two bosses amongst the team. Cenk is the boss. Anna, she's amazing, and she worked her way up, and she's an executive producer now. I'm very proud of her. And they have the show with the Young Turks. Now, that's an amazing show. Okay, Cenk is a fighter. Okay, he fights and advocates for all people because he does not talk stupid. He talks facts. Okay, he talks facts, and Anna brings the receipts. Okay, they are like a dynamic duo. Okay, and it's super funny because I love how Cenk is an optimist because I'm such an optimist. And then Anna is like the Salt Queen, honey. That's her name. Okay, is the Salt Queen. And I love that about her. She reminds me of so many of my girlfriends. So, and something that I love to watch is Anna Kasparian give debates, okay, with other people. She's given debates with Ben Shapiro, with Tommy Loren, with Ann Coulter, okay, just knocking them with those facts about what's really going to help us. And yes, you need to check it out. Just recently, they had, during the election night, they had Matt Gaetz, a Republican, while he was winning his election, okay, on the air. And there was, seriously, the gloves came off, okay? When the gloves came off, I couldn't even take my eyeballs off the screen. Between Cenk and Matt Gaetz. Okay, that you can go back just a couple of days ago. That was a really great debate just in a few minutes. So I've seen Cenk do other debates with people who are in the same camp as progressives and also very much with Republicans. Politicon is so amazing to watch. A lot of TYT people, John Adarolas, and a lot of people do debates there. And yes, it's actually amazing network, I'll say, because you might not watch it on your TV. TYT has over 30 shows. Within the past couple years, they created 2 shows for 2 people. Ravana, who has reactions, and another guy who's actually Ben. I know him on Benny on Twitter, but he is amazing, super smart, 4 degrees, just super genius guy, and the viewers voted them in. That's how much a part of the people their network is that the viewers voted in 2 shows, and they're actually doing great because they're a great, amazing people. So I want you to know, like, I was not able to list all of the people that I super love on TYT. It's just too many, okay? I was just trying to let you get a little something, something. And they have, I just want to say, Jessica Burbank. She's new. She's so funny, super smart, okay? And I love how she pulls it to, like, puts her package and delivers it to you. So nice. I love it. Jackson White. I love Jackson White. And I love it when Jackson White and J.R. Jackson are on. Everybody loves Jackson and Jackson episodes because they're just great guys. And Jackson White, he just came out with his own podcast show on YouTube. It's called Politics and Paper. I love it because he really comes up with great topics. One time he came up with storytelling and the history of storytelling. And then, like, the next week he came up with caffeine and capitalism and how coffee affected democracies and a part of our social systems around the world. So it's super interesting topics. Jackson White, I told you that. David Schuster. Okay, if you check out TYT's Rebel headquarters or Rebel HQ, David Schuster has interviews with Trump fans and Trump constituents all across the South, all across the country. So amazing. If you want to see what Trump fans are thinking and doing and what they look like and what they act like and, oh my gosh, what they're really thinking and where they get their information from, check out David Schuster's interviews. He's great, amazing, major skills on interviewing all kinds of people. Emma Vigeland, she used to do interviews for TYT. So there's so many, pick your referee, okay? There's so many different people on TV. We know this. So many different ways to get our news. All of us don't trust news and media anymore, and we know why. Because the corporations own the politicians. Everybody's owned by the same group, okay? Anna Kasparian, see, she's sharp, honey. She's sharp. She pours salt on the wound. She says they like to please their daddy. You know what I mean? Them corporate daddies. I love it. Just, girl, tell them like it is. So, yeah. You pick what agendas and what storytellers, are you going to listen to? And what information are you going to get? And I really wanted you to see so much of the Young Turks because there's so many different people that look like us in our community, look similar to us in our community, that are great benefits to us. Like, we should all be listening to each other, loving each other, supporting one another. And it's okay to do that and to take the good information back home and make yourself better, make your home better, make your city and your little neighborhood better. And it's all okay to do all of that, okay? It's super important. So, and I did not want, that's all I wanted to focus on this time. But wrapping up that is that the last thing I did mention last week is that Anna Kasparian, she did write a really great article, and she did mention 2 different times about how African-American community, they do vote against their interests. And I'm going to go into that on the example that she gave. And I'm going to go into other examples that I found myself, because someone who is obviously not African-American, not a Black girl, was able to notice and identify something going on in our community that maybe we need to be aware of, because it's not going to be in our benefit if we keep voting against our interests, right? So yes, and we need to be ready, okay? When we start hearing what everybody has to say, if it's good information, we're going to take that shit and run with it, okay? Okay. Now, I do want to say, Brittany Griner, she is an American who is literally like being held hostage, political hostage in Russia because of whatever's going on in the Russian government with the U.S. government. Russia is holding her hostage. And it's extremely sad, and I feel so sad for her that she's there. She shouldn't be there. And so we all need to support her. And you can do hashtag We Are BG. And that means to support Brittany Griner. She's a basketball player, but that really doesn't matter. Okay? She's an American girl who does not deserve to be in that Russian prison under whatever's going on between the two governments. We are BG. And it's very important. I'm going to say it again because I saw on Twitter, my friend actually caught this tweet, responded to it, about Iran. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there are 15,000 girls and women in Iran who already been arrested, okay? Hundreds of girls and women have been murdered, okay? Are missing from the movement. That is real. It's so unbelievably real. And that's why I stand with the girls and women of Iran. And I'm very proud of them. I pray that they keep going. I pray that God keeps them safe, okay? Because now the government of Iran has threatened to kill them, over 14,000 girls and women, okay? And these girls have not backed down. These women have not backed down. Now they've started all cutting their hair in solidarity. They are fearless. They are soldiers. And they deserve to be respected. They deserve all of our love, all of our prayers, all of our thoughts. And I hope that we figure out a way. Yes, and I do understand this revolution. This is revolution. And we can look and we can get inspiration and motivation as women, as men, and stand up for what we believe is right in our country and not back down, even if we face death. That's the moral of the story. And that's why they deserve our respect. They're true warriors, true warriors in every sense of the word. And my heart is with them every day because they do not deserve to be going through this, but they are. They are fighting for their rights. It's unbelievable, but it's real. And yes, with that, I hope that we all, everybody just takes a minute, to just really think about how we're looking at each other, if we're loving each other, if we're respecting each other. And like I said, we don't have to like each other. We don't have to like each other and we don't have to agree. But the thing about equal rights is that if you want equal rights, that means you want the next person to have equal rights, right? Especially in our community when we're used to people holding us back, pulling us down, right? Because we were different. We need to let all that difference and stuff go and stop wasting our time on culture wars in our own community and focus on what really matters. So please like the stream, share the stream. You can donate, you can sponsor. Both is necesito, that means necessary. See, I learned a little something, you know what I'm saying? Of course I did. I just want to say lots of love, peace, blessings to everyone. And I will see you guys. I will see you guys next week. Happy Friday.
EventStreams.us has all your audio and video production needs. Live stream, record, and edit any event with packages to fit every budget, large or small. Stream your wedding, birthday party, sporting event, concert, or performance. Start a podcast, talk show, or broadcast your church service every Sunday. If you could dream it, we can stream it. Again, that's EventStreams.us, streaming live content online since 2009.